And I think the Global Health Hub Germany plays a very important role in strengthening, all the different players in Germany, from the academic sector, from private sector, from civil society, to work together, but also provide more visibility. And not just, at one or two conferences per year, like the World Health Summit, which is obviously very important, but the Health Hub, provides a more continuous input. There are many events around the year on very different but very interesting topics. And that, I think, is strengthening this community. And for me, as one of the co-chairs of the steering committee, we obviously want to facilitate that, want to strengthen the network, want to put very interesting topics on the agenda, and overall improve the exchange between these different stakeholders. I really think that the communities of practice of the Global Health Hub Germany are very important because they often address topics that are not so high on the national or international agenda. When we had the Global Health Talk last year in Berlin, I had the chance to attend several of the presentations and dialogues of these communities of practice, and they were fascinating. And it's impressive, how many people are engaged in these communities of practice, addressing themes like mental health, women's health, urban health, animal health, for example, topics that are very important. But, you have experts on all of these topics in Germany, but you normally don't hear their voices so much. And to turn that also now into policy papers that, decision makers can read and can study in parliament, in government, that is a very important contribution. And we want to strengthen that over the next few years so that we can address more of these topics and invite other experts in Germany to contribute to these communities of practice. We did believe that these two topics are key topics on the global agenda this year. As indicated, I think all global health institutions, all governments in donor countries, also in implementing countries, they're really thinking hard right now how we can make this work in the future. Because what we see is that the resources are more or less flatlined. Development assistance for health has not been growing. And, following the COVID pandemic now, with the kind of consequences of the war, there's a lot of pressure on budgets in all countries. At the same time, the demands are increasing. If you really want to achieve universal health coverage, the Sustainable Development Goals in health by 2030, we only have 7 years left, and we are falling more and more behind. So we do need to think about new approaches to health financing, and that's what we are doing in one of the two catalytic dialogues. The other one is indeed, digital health, the digital transformation of health systems. That was already on the agenda of the G20 last year under the Indonesian presidency, but it will be even more so on the agenda this year under the Indian G20 presidency. It's one of their top, priorities for this year. And it is something that is very much discussed internationally at all conferences. It's a big topic for the World Health Organization that has their division on digital health and innovation, with whom we work very closely on this. We just had actually a workshop between different German ministries, academic institutions, GIZ, KfW, and the World Health Organization in Berlin on digital health. So we do believe that these two topics cover some of the most interesting challenges of this year.